missed all of his shots here in the second quarter pretty much. You know, Jerry, he had it going early, but as you said, a lot of them were dunks and putbacks. Right now he's having trouble with his 15 to 17-foot jumper.
Yeah, he really has had as many good looks as I've seen in a long time. I know he's a little frustrated, and you got to take those shots, but just hasn't got it to go. And I think really right now the Pacers are giving him those shots.
Miller has 8.
Reggie Miller, as good without the ball as anybody maybe it's ever played.
.45-38. Tabak back in. 6 to shoot for Divac. And a foul called, and Vlade will go to the line for 2. Well, everybody here waiting for one of those Kings explosions, you know, where they go out and score 6, 8 in a row, but Indiana bottling them up, not letting them get out in transition and on the break, and Vlade Divac will go to the line trying to cut it to a 5-point lead. I'll be talking with Jeff Petrie at halftime. We'll have first half highlights and stats, and Coz will talk with Kings assistant coach John Wetzel. Well, Sacramento, 64% from the free throw line after that make by Vlade Divac. And Perkins back in for Tabak.
Yeah, really what the Kings have to do is really get some stops in a row and rebound the basketball. When they have got stops, they haven't really gotten the ball back very well, and get out and run the ball up.
And another bad job at the line for the Kings. Just 1 of 2 pretty much every time to the stripe. Chris Webber 2 of 5 from the line tonight. Vlade 1 of 2. Pollard 1 of 2. Funderburk's missed 1. Berry's missed 1. Clock malfunctioning, so there's been a lot of whistles in this first half, Jerry, that have really nothing to do with the game. We've had the blood, we've had the ball, we've had the mop up, we've had shots, we've had clock malfunctions, and it's really hurt the flow of the game.
Yeah, it's taken me out of my game. I'm not, it's not quite game ready right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not got my A game, but I'll get into it as we go here. I'll get my A game going.
So with 2:25 left, Hugh Hollins tells the crowd to calm down. Hey, Hugh, you can't blame the crowd, man. The rest of us, let's get the game going.
Are you all right now? Okay.
And now he asked if everything's all right.
Yeah, Hugh's got it in perspective. He's
great.
Yeah, he is.
I like the fact that he's playing with the crowd.
Well,
why not?
Yeah, there's no reason to lose your cool. Just like kind of like air travel. No reason to get upset. Just wait. Everything will work out.
O'Neal, big first quarter. He's got 12 for the ball game. And that's an offensive foul. I like that call in the sense that he clearly used that elbow to kind of shield away Chris Webber. I think the replay will show it. Watch the right elbow here, Jerry.
Yeah, now as he's fighting for position, he's using it there. Now he uses it again.
Good call.
Right there. Actually, he did it twice, but certainly the second time was very clear. Really, the reason he used it there because he doesn't have a good left hand. And as he grows up, he's got to understand, if you get in there, you have to have something besides your right hand. Had he had the left hand, he wouldn't have needed to do that.
Third foul. I'll tell you, Isaiah doesn't like the call, but I'll tell you, that's a very good call. The replay showed it.
Yeah, Isaiah, once he looks at tape, he'll say, yep, good call.
Divac. And it's wrestled away, and it will be Indiana basketball. 6-point Indiana lead, minute 50 left in the half. Boy, look at those numbers. It has just been horrendous.
Really has, and really King's not getting a lot of movement. You're seeing a lot of one pass and a shot, one pass and one-on-one kind of thing. And that's really tough. Obviously, the Pacers, this is the tempo they love.
And 8-point Pacers lead. Kings playing a lot of one-on-one basketball, but that time it works.
Yeah, and like you say, it's certainly we've seen the team kind of become a one-on-one team here, and it's not the kind of a game that's going to likely win for you. You'll get some hoops out of it at times. You've got great passers on this team. That's why you need to pass it.
Best passes up to 3. Oh, good defense by Christie. And finally, the Kings in the open court. And what do? They turn it over.
Yeah, poor decision. Doug Christie really right on the basket, tries to find Chris Webber.
And that's a 5-point swing right there, Jerry.
Yeah, that's so crucial. When you're in the open floor, you simply, with the numbers, you need to score the ball. Certainly, if you're not going to score, you got to keep it so you don't get scored on the other end.
Steve Outs, no. And a foul called underneath will be free throws for Indiana back at the other end. Doug Christie picks up the foul, his third.
Well, this Pacer team really, like I say, have got the game at their pace. They're doing the things they can do well for the most part. Really got the Kings out of their game, and of course shows on the scoreboard. And this is a dangerous team. They went right into Seattle and won.
Right.
Obviously the Kings weren't able to do that, so it's not easy to do.
Miller, one of the best free throw shooters in the game, 91%.
One of the best in history.
Barry in, and Indiana has the biggest lead of the half. You get so spoiled after the home games with Seattle, Charlotte, Philly, and Phoenix. You expect that type of environment every night, and it's not there tonight. And as you said, Jerry, give a lot of credit to the Indiana Pacers.
Well, you just have to. I mean, they simply, this is exactly the way Isaiah Thomas drew it up on the board.
Yep.
Kings haven't made shots. Now, if they make shots, certainly things change, and that's why there's a second half.
31% are the Kings. And another turnover? No, Jason Williams gets it back. Webber now from the baseline. Yes. 22 for Webber. 8 seconds left. And now Indiana will use their 22nd timeout to set up the play.
What a gorgeous little penetrating move by Jason Williams. I mean, he simply just danced and created a lot of space for Chris Webber.
So the Kings will go on defense for the final 8.4.
Now watch Chris Webber wants to have going into the second half.
This is where Indiana and a guy like Reggie Miller is so dangerous. Coming off screens, all these guys out here, Rose, Perkins, Miller, they can shoot the long ball.
Well, and when you got Rose and Miller, I mean, not only can they shoot it, but they went to the NBA Finals last year. Those two guys made a lot of big shots to get them there.
Yep.
These guys aren't scared of playing in front of 17,000 people on the road.
I'm just, again, we look at Indiana's record at 14 and 19, and they're a better ball club than that would show. Best, Travis Best, 5 seconds. Best. And that will do it. So the Kings trail going into the locker room, and Indiana takes a 9-point lead with them. But Chris Webber, 22 points and 15 rebounds, but Reggie Miller and company have the lead at 52-43. We'll come back and we will talk with Kings Vice President of Basketball Operations. That's Jeff Petrie. A lot of bumps and bruises for the Kings here in the first half.
Joe and Gavin Malufs and their families' commitment to our team and the city and the organization, and that's being reflected on the floor as well. And we have one of the absolutely the best environment right now to watch a game in the NBA and see a lot of big-time basketball.
And a lot of respect coming from critics around the NBA. People talking about that this year's Sacramento Kings team is good enough to compete in the West and win a championship. Nice article in the paper today. Certainly things would have to fall into place, but the reality is that the team is getting there.
Yeah, I think the reality is that this is the best team we've had. I think it's a team that has a lot more substance to it. We've been able to win games in a lot of different ways. We've won games when we've shot under 40%. We've won games coming from behind and by big margins, and we've won a lot of games in the fourth quarter. And I believe that we still can grow a lot, and that we have versatile players that can become even better. And ultimately, and I really believe this, once your team reaches a certain talent level, then it's the teamwork and the togetherness of those people that get you to the higher levels.
Certainly big test remaining for the Sacramento Kings. Last year they were 0-8 in road games at the Lakers, at the Jazz, at the Suns, at the Blazers, and you have yet to play any of those teams away from home. That can't happen again this year.
Well, hopefully it won't. We have beat some teams already. We've beaten Phoenix twice this year. We didn't beat them at all last year. We've beaten Portland once, and they were all at home, but we didn't beat them at all last year. But as the West starts to settle in later in the season here, It's going to be very, very difficult to win on the road. You're going to have to play extremely well, and it could quite possibly be that those top 4 spots in the West are going to be determined by how well the teams play on the road and how many games they can win, because we're going to be very tough to beat as long as we stay healthy, I think, here at Arco.
Yeah, especially with the packed house every night and the best fans in the NBA. All right, coming up more here on the Kings Television Network. Scores, highlights, and a lot more. We're at the intermission. The Kings and the Pacers. We're coming right back, so keep it here on the Kings Television Network.
Must be now. A team of veterans assembled for a run at greatness. The Trailblazers must fight to overcome their mighty Western rivals, or risk another failure and face their most defiant foe ever. Time.
It's a month of mega movies on In Demand, and you and 3 friends can rule Hollywood for a week. Live like mega movie moguls. Limo hop from a Hollywood premiere screening to a VIP studio tour to a super fashion shopping spree on Rodeo Drive. Then a power weekend on your own private yacht. Or be one of 100 first prize winners who get a fully stocked minibar. To get your entry code, order any mega movie on In Demand. Then go to indemand.com to enter. You'll be living large. With In Demand pay-per-view, you rule.
I've always believed that there's strength in numbers. That's what teamwork's all about. Like here in downtown Oakland, Antoine Jameson and kids from the neighborhood came together to make a difference.
Thank you.
Now, these guys may not have created a masterpiece,
You gotta stay within the lines.
I am.
but when people come together, the result can be beautiful. Team up to improve your community.
We look on in amazement, but they've done these things 1,000 times before, on the playground, in practice, in their minds, until every action has become almost instinctive. You see, what's superhuman to us is second nature to them. NBA League Pass is in demand on digital cable, where you'll get up to 40 regular season games a week. Call this number and get all of the action for a great price. See the world's greatest athletes play the world's greatest game.
Well, at the half, the Indiana Pacers have the lead at 52-43, and a busy night of basketball on this Friday. Seattle, a tough back-to-back last night, Minnesota, and they had to go all the way to Philly, and the result shows. Dallas with a big road win at Toronto, 115-105. Nowitzki had 33. Golden State, 100. Boston, 88. And how about the Jazz? They have lost 5 in a row. Jerry, I don't think you'd want to go out to dinner with Jerry Sloan tonight.
I don't think you'd want to be anywhere near Jerry Sloan tonight or tomorrow night either.
Phoenix, they roll over Vancouver 108-76. And in the fourth, Portland and Milwaukee playing a good ball game, 79-75 Blazers. Blazers have really started to turn it on, and at the half, Charlotte looking for their first victory on this West Coast swing. We'll be back and we'll have some halftime highlights, scores, the stats, you name it, we've got it right here on the Kings Television Network.
Log on to the NBA store on NBA.com for the widest array of NBA products. Find the hottest basketball merchandise anywhere, including everything the players wear. Available online 24 hours a day. Now you can order the perfect gift for basketball fans. The official NBA Encyclopedia offers information on your all-time favorite players and takes an in-depth look at the rich history of the NBA. If you're looking for the hottest NBA merchandise, log on to the NBA store on NBA.com.
We're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Well, there's a reason everybody should be shaking in the house tonight.
The boys are back!
Don't look surprised, cause you know what I like. And tonight we ought to do it. Cause the boys are back in town.
Say hi.
As a new era unfolds, the New York Knicks must come together to prove they are a better team. In a city impatient to capture past glory, the Knicks must look to the future and show their critics, as well as themselves, they are not to be ignored.
You know, the most amazing things happen to me every time I begin to read. I can fly among the moon and stars, or I can visit lands both near and far. I've always liked a good mystery, but there are so many things that interest me. And my favorite thing is when it ends, another book starts it all again.
Situation, not many easy shots in the open court.
Boy, we'll show you the numbers from the floor in that first half. And look at that, 33% for Sacramento, 44% for Indiana. O'Neal, Weber, you look at Dave shooting the ball pretty well, but Pazier just 2 of 5. And the bench, Jerry, just 1 of 10.
Yeah, and that's really a big surprise because really the Kings bench should be better than the Pacers bench. Haven't been yet.
Well, we'll show you the Indiana Pacers in action, and we talked about their backcourt at the beginning of the game, and they've had a nice half.
Well, Jalen Rose just taking the ball all the way to the basket in transition. That's one of the things they want to do when they're in the half court. They want to get Reggie Miller open for looks, and that's what they did. So pretty much Pacers doing what they want to do.
Well, Weber 22, Divac 7. Pazier only 4 after back-to-back 33-point nights. O'Neal 12, Perkins 9, and Mills 5. But, you know, Indiana's defense, they're not allowing the Kings to run. The Kings have not been able to get the ball off the glass and run. And that's why, you know, you're not seeing the crowd get into it. Chris Webber had a huge first quarter. Things slowed down a little bit in the second, but he's kept the Kings in the game.
Well, Chris Webber is just dominant early, going to the glass, as you see there, able to get a lot of finishes. Here's Jermaine O'Neal showing his quickness for a young player. So, you know, just a lot of storylines here, but I think more than anything, it just comes down to the Kings really have got to start making some shots, and if they can get the Pacers out of their half-court game, which puts the Kings in the open court in transition, obviously this game can turn around very quickly.
Yeah, and again, it's very unusual to say this, but the Kings fans have not been on their feet once, and you don't see that very often at Arco Arena. The Kings can just get 2 or 3 baskets in succession, get the crowd into it. You know how this team feeds off the crowd's energy. We just haven't had it yet because the team has not really gotten the crowd into the game.
No, the Pacers have done a great job, and I'm sure this is part of Isaiah's game plan. Let's not get excited. You know, when we don't have a fast break, let's bring it down. We'll set it up. We'll use a lot of clock. You know, keep the game at a slow, quiet pace. You know, try to, and obviously just the opposite Kings need to have happen. They need to put a little defensive pressure, create some turnovers, get out in the open court because, you know, this crowd then feeds on that. The defense feeds on the crowd. So this game's a long way from over, and Rick Adelman knows his team has got good shots. They just haven't hit them.
Jerry, why don't we go back and look at the Pepsi Challenge matchup? You know, we featured O'Neal and Divac, and O'Neal with just a tremendous start to this game, but after that, it's kind of quiet. Vlade, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 3 of 7 from the floor.
Well, certainly Jermaine O'Neal just been outstanding, showing his quickness, athleticism. Vlade, I thought played very well, except that, you know, he was hurt for a while, didn't get the minutes he needed.
Well, so it's there. 24 minutes of basketball left for Sacramento. Make the shots. We talked about what they have to do. Indiana looking for their second road victory on this 6-game trip. They beat Seattle. They lost to Portland. Right now, they're ahead of Sacramento. We'll be back to Arco Arena. Again, 52-43, Indiana at the intermission.
Is on his feet. Vince Carter has taken the league by storm. Now, with the world's eyes focused on him, it is his time to prove he can lead the Raptors to newer heights and a place among the NBA elite. We look on.
We're close to starting the second half. Indiana with the lead. Kings have only had the lead once, and that was by, well, their biggest lead actually has been 2. They actually have led a couple times, but they have not been able to widen the margin. And right now they are down 52-43. Why don't we look at the leading scorers in the first 24 minutes? Sacramento's Chris Webber with 22. Divac with 7. Pazier only 5 shots and 4 points. Indiana. O'Neal with 12. Miller 10. Sam Perkins 9. Most of O'Neal's damage coming in the first quarter. Reggie Miller, believe it or not, folks, in the last 4 games, shooting only 32%, but tonight Miller 3 of 7. But he has been in a big-time funk. Actually, the last 4 games, Indiana's offense not producing. This is the best their offense has looked in a long time. They come in averaging 83 points a game in their last 4. Let's check in with Cozy's with John Wetzel. Jim?
Thanks very much, Grant. The Kings right now down 9 points. John Wetzel joins me. And John, Chris Webber has taken 19 shots. Do you need to get someone else involved offensively?
Well, you know, he's made his shots. He had a big first quarter, came back in the second quarter. He's got a bunch of rebounds, so he's gotten a lot of offensive rebounds and gotten shots off of those misses, which is okay. But we only have 5 assists. That's not a good sign. The way we pass, we need to get better ball movement, create easier shots. I think we're forcing some shots as a team, and we need to get better shots, move the ball a little bit better.
What have the Pacers done well to create the 9-point lead?
Well, they've made shots. They've made threes. For instance, we muffed a fast break attempt down here. They go to the other end, and Sam Perkins sits in the corner and makes it 3. They've gotten some good looks, and they've made some shots outside.
Good luck in the second half. There you have it. John Wetzel, everybody. Grant and Jerry, back to you guys.
All right, Coach, thank you. And you heard him say 5 assists. That's not a good sign. And I think that's the key to the ball game from Sacramento's point of view. They simply have not passed the ball. Chris Webber, first quarter, 16 points, 7 of 10. Second quarter, 6 points, 3 of 9. And Chris, I think, can lead the way in helping the distribution and passing the ball. He only has 1 assist. And the point I'm trying to make is that Indiana's clearly keying on him. Be interesting to see if he looks for some help here in the second half.
Well, I agree. I think one thing, too, the Pacers so far, I think they've given Chris some perimeter shots.
Yeah.
I think they even knowing that he can make them, but I think that they know that they'd rather have him shooting the ball 15, 18 feet than driving it or moving it. So be interesting to see how the Kings react here. Certainly, I think probably from the Kings standpoint, if you could get the ball into Divac a little more and let him and then start the offense there and run it through him, C. Webb's still going to get probably another 15 points, 10 rebounds that way even, but maybe a little more ball movement.
Well, you see the offensive rebound, second chance points. I'll tell you, it's amazing to look at those numbers and then look at the scoreboard. I mean, you look at the rebounding total, Sacramento out rebounding the Indiana Pacers 28-23. Kings with those second chance points, but they trail 52-43.
Yeah, it's really just a matter of not making shots, number one, 33%, and not getting assists, which means just not enough ball movement. That's other than that, this team's done fine.
Williams, Christie, Webber, Divac, Stojakovic. And for Indiana, Jalen Rose, Reggie Miller, McKee, Perkins, and O'Neal. Well, no passing in that first set.
Well, Jermaine O'Neal wanting to go one-on-one against C. Webb in low. Turns to that right-hand half hook. Nice move, but didn't get it to fall.
I'm sure Isaiah Thomas told his team, look out, Sacramento's going to come out with an onslaught here to try to get their crowd into the game. And Stojakovic, oh, what a job. He bats it off the knee of Derek McKee, 6 to shoot.
Well, that's really a good hustle play by Peja Stojakovic. Really saved errant play.
6 to shoot. Williams gets by Miller, sets up Webber. Well, Chris Webber not able to buy a basket now after the red-hot first quarter.
Yeah, and like I say, he's probably hasn't made more than one perimeter shot. Of his 10 baskets, probably 9 have been, follow shots, dunks, drives.
So we played a minute 10 without any points here in the third. Jason. Oh, what a setup to Chris.
Well, that's just a beautiful play. Jason Williams using his quickness. Reggie Miller's going to have a tough time staying in front of Jason, so you really would like to see him try to penetrate more. Go at him, create some situations as he did there for C. Webb. Let C. Webb take it and finish.
52-45, the bump, no, and 2 free throws upcoming. Christie has just picked up his 4th foul.
Now watch your hands in the league and he's going to finish. But I think the key to the play was the penetrating ability of Jason Williams. And if you've got Reggie Miller on Jason Williams, Jay Will has got to make him pay.
4th foul, as we mentioned, on Christie. Christie not a good line tonight, 18 points. or 18 minutes rather. No field goals, no free throws, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 4 fouls.
Yeah, really been a non-factor. And here again, you got to give both Jalen Rose, Reggie Miller a lot of credit because they're outstanding defenders themselves. Sometimes people forget that.
54-45. And an illegal defense, that's the first of the game. Webber takes the opportunity to shoot, and that didn't fall, but he's just trying to find his rhythm right now. You know, Isaiah Thomas today crediting the Kings' success to Doug Christie. He said that he's their real key in terms of their success this year.
I think there's a lot of truth to that.
Oh, an offensive foul on Chris. That looked like a flop. Second foul on Webber.
Well, Chris Webber's awfully strong. I don't know we're going to see. I don't know if he's quite this strong, but just a little bit of contact there. Certainly there was contact, but Jermaine O'Neal looked like he was shot.
I'll give O'Neal credit for getting the call.
Well, he's learning. You know, that's part of being a veteran player.
Now a mismatch. Christie playing with 4 on O'Neal, and he does a nice job. O'Neal turns it over.
Jermaine O'Neal's got that great athleticism for 6'11". Sometimes he forgets that at 6'11" you just need to get somewhere. You don't need to get there in a hurry.
Boy, Webb's just ice cold.
Yeah, just another gorgeous drop off pass Jason Williams. See, Webb couldn't finish.
Third quarter action. Miller from downtown. And the Indiana Pacers have the 57-45 lead, biggest lead of the ball game.
Boy, and Reggie Miller just gets split seconds, all he needs.
Kings scored 66 points in the first half the other night against Phoenix. Here they have 45 in the third quarter. Well, maybe that gets Chris going.
Yeah,
26 for Webber.
I think you're right. I mean, it's like anybody. When you're missing shots, whether you're Reggie Miller, C. Webb, whoever, you just need to get a couple to go to get the stroke.
10 to shoot. Perkins is free. Webber challenged him, but he's out of bounds, and it will go back to Indiana.
Want to get a good look at Reggie Miller coming off screen. Look at him come off the screen. He's just going to catch and shoot. Not many guys in the league can do that anymore. I mean, he is the best in this league at just what you call catch and shoot. Most younger players, they want to catch and go one-on-one. Now here's the last play. C. Webb gets a nice block, but steps out of bounds.
And Miller off the inbounds, and the Kings have 3 players, and they don't get the rebound. And folks, Perkins almost made him pay for it with a 3. Speaking of threes, Jason Williams misfires from beyond the 3-point line.
I don't think Jason really realizes how easy he could get by Reggie Miller.
O'Neal posting. Now the Pacers giving the Kings an opportunity here in the third to get right back in it.
Now that's what you got to do right there. Jason Williams saw Reggie Miller in front of him and said, "You're not going to be in front of me very long." You've got to make a 2-guard pay if you're a point guard for trying to defend you. You're supposed to be quicker and faster.
57-49. Tipno, McKee, and he bangs it home on the second try.
Kings not doing a good job defensive rebounding again. Pacers getting too many opportunities.
59-49. Peja off the curl. And it's in and out. Miller with the board.
Good defense, Derek McKee. That was a tough shot by Peja.
Now Rose flips right back for Perkins. O'Neal with 6 to shoot. Miller. And Webber with the rebound. Jason again right around Reggie Miller. To Divac. And now it's Rose back the other way. And good foul by Jason Williams to prevent the basket by Derek McKee. I don't think Vlade Divac expected that pass at the other end of the court.
No, he didn't. Certainly didn't, and just kind of squirted the ball up there instead of shooting it. And C. Webb also had an easy look that I don't think he was expecting.
You know, to embellish your point, though, every single time Jason Williams gets the ball, he can beat Reggie Miller, and if he's not open for a layup, he can dish and pass. Hey, the new year is, of course, upon us, and that means new merchandise is still coming into the Kings team store. You can shop in the team store during the regular hours from 11 to 6. That's Monday through Friday.
Yeah, sometimes players have a tendency to forget or not pay attention to who's guarding them. And Reggie Miller's a good defender, but he's a good defender against 2 guards and small forwards. Simply doesn't have the quickness at 37 years old to stay in front of Jason Williams.
Nice passing. That's what happens when you move the basketball.
And that's the thing. Any 2 quick passes against pressure defense of any kind is going to get somebody open. You saw 2 quick passes there. You saw an easy shot.
10-point game. Rose, rebound Weber, his 19th.
Kings have the Pacers playing a lot of one-on-one basketball now.
Chris, 20 feet away. And Chris Weber says, let's hear it. Let's get the crowd going.
And the crowd responds. They're definitely starting to come into this game. Kings need some defensive stops.
Good defense. 5 to shoot for Miller. Miller from 2. Reggie Miller silences the crowd.
Boy, how many thousand times has he done that in his career with the shot clock running down, just shooting the ball with a lot of confidence.
Miller has 15. Weber from the baseline. Nope. Pacers by 10. They've got numbers. Pass too high for O'Neal. And he's down underneath the basket. Jermaine O'Neal still down on the court. Divac, who wants it? And O'Neal now gets up and says, here I am. Oh, he walked. They didn't call it. He took steps. And now the Kings throw it away on the made basket. They are absolutely sleeping out here tonight. They threw the ball away. Timeout Sacramento, and I don't know if they're going to call that a turnover or not. The officials not aware at the moment of what's going on. After the made basket, the Kings threw it out of bounds. We'll be back. (65-53), Indiana with the lead. Hey folks, Monday on Good Day Sacramento, join Doug Brown of the Car Czar as he's
sequence by the Kings. Really forced the Pacers, moved the basketball a lot, still couldn't get a shot. Vlade Divac stayed right with big Terry Mills and all of his head fakes.
Williams with the running right-hander.
Oh, love that move. Love that move.
Well, that is there all the time for Jason Williams. It really is.
Yeah, you know, that and just a little pull-up 12 and 15-foot jump shots. I mean, those are the things that Jay Will has got to start looking for out there because he can get them and he's effective with them.
And a whistle for a 3-second violation.
Well, good defensive sequences down here the last 3 possessions. Pacers really having to work and still not getting a shot.
11th Indiana turnover. Jason, a good look from the top of the key.
Good look by Jay Will. Better pass from Chris Weber. Basically, Jay Will's guy left just for a brief second. C. Webb got him the ball.
65-57 and a Sacramento foul on Jason Williams. It's another thing with the way these guys run off screens and the way they call them now. You got to be very careful in that foul on Jason Williams away from the basketball.
Yeah, really, you just need to get on Reggie Miller's hip, stay there, just trailing. Just kind of try to get inside his jersey and be part of it.
Mills, no. Rebounds for Akovic. Patient, can he get going? Rebound Weber. Jason's got that little hop in his step right now, and that could be dangerous for the Indiana Pacers.
Yippee-yo-ki-yay. Jay Will is on the move.
A 6-0 Sacramento run, and a chance for more. Here they come. Crowd into it now. Hito takes a bump and a late call. Mills got him. No question about it, and that stops the clock with 2:29 left. So finally, some life from the Kings, and the fans react. Kings have made up 6 of the 12, but they still trail 65-59.
The outer edge of the nation, the Sacramento Kings have demanded the league's attention. With the young rebel, brilliant yet unpredictable, and the remarkable flair of a two-time All-Star, it is not a question of whether they have the talent to take the next step, but rather, when.
And the crowd really into it. Jason Williams has 8 of his 10 points here in the third quarter. You know, I was commenting to you during the commercial that Indiana really had an opportunity to be up by a lot more than 12, and you have to wonder if they missed their opportunity to steal this game and absolutely run away with it.
Well, certainly Isaiah Thomas making some changes because he sees the same things.
Divac! Vlade Divac! And it's a 4-point game, and here come the Kings.
Now, Travis Best being put in this lineup, true point guard. Really, he's been put in to defend Jason Williams as much as run this team. So Jay Will not have Reggie Miller on him now. He'll have to play against a better, quicker defender.
Oh, look at the young legs of Jermaine O'Neal.
Well, he really fooled Vlade on that little head fake, got Vlade off his feet. Vlade knows better because he's not a shot blocker anyway. You got to stay down.
16 for O'Neal. Crozier cannot guard Divac, can he?
No.
Weber.
And that's why Rick Adelman has really decided he's picked his mismatches. He sees Crozier guarding Vlade Divac. Vlade too big and strong, which missed a shot, but Chris Webber right there to finish.
O'Neal against Weber, isolated. He walked. 12th Indiana turnover.
Well, this young Pacer team coming a little unglued. Kings putting good defensive pressure. Crowd putting good defensive pressure on this young team.
Sacramento down 12 earlier in this quarter. 8 to shoot. Weber against O'Neal. It's a 2-point game. And there was a whistle before the shot.
Reggie Miller really able to get Hedo Turkoglu kind of ensouled that foul a little bit. Hedo's really trying to ask, hey, what exactly did I do? I think what you did, Hedo, you just were in the area of Reggie Miller, and Reggie's Reggie.
A 12-2 run, and Miller with the Kings and the penalty to the line, and this normally means 2 points. Well, be sure and join Pacer Stojakovic tomorrow. He'll be in Folsom, the Raley's in Folsom at 718 East Bidwell. That's from 3 to 4. He'll sign autographs for the first 300 people in line, so go on out and meet Pacer tomorrow at the Raley's in Folsom. Can you believe it? He missed one. Oh, O'Neal gets the rebound. And a jump ball. O'Neal thought he was fouled, but a jump ball called with 49 seconds left.
I think that miss by Reggie Miller actually fooled everybody on the court. He's just so automatic up there. People weren't as ready as they should have been.
O'Neal against Webber. Sacramento 18-2 when they lead after 3. 3-6 when they trail after 3. And it's McKee. Miller. And it's a 5-point Indiana lead.
Well, Reggie Miller, momentum changer. Gets to the free throw line, gets the ball back. 3 points.
Jason. Not this time. Hito with a big rebound, and he was fouled. Hito Turkoglu fighting in. That is only the first foul in the last 2 minutes, so non-shooting. The Kings will inbound with 28 seconds left. Very aggressive rebound, Hito Turkoglu. Watch as the shot goes up. You'll see Hito coming into your picture right up over the top of Reggie Miller in the middle of Reggie and Derek McKee. Rick Adelman wants the team to use a lot of the clock here, not give Indiana a lot of time. 70-65, final seconds of this third quarter. Shot clock on your left. Webber. Chris Webber has awoken after a sluggish second quarter. Good defense on Best. And they're going to say no basket. No basket. And so the Kings 12 down. Close the gap to 3. Chris Webber has 34 points, 22 rebounds. And with 12 minutes of basketball left, Pacers 70, Kings 67.
Names?
Athletes playing the world's greatest game are coming to an arena near you. It's the ultimate showcase of incredible athleticism, spontaneous creativity, and uncontrollable excitement. NBA action is now playing, so join the drive for a championship when it comes to your town, live and in person. Tickets are on sale. Go to NBA.com or call 800-4NBA-TICKS.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, as the crowd is making their noise, but Chris Webber normally gets good production from the small forward Peja Stojakovic. But you have to give a lot of credit to a man that currently is on the bench, Derek McKee, because he has shut down Peja. That's about as well defensively as I've seen anybody play Peja this year.
Absolutely has. I mean, Peja has not had good looks, and Derek McKee is the reason.
All right, Miller, Best, Crozier, Rose, and O'Neal. John Barry will check in at the next whistle. A 3-point Indiana lead. Chance of defense here from 17,000. Shot clock at 2. Best sees it. And that's a 24-second violation because of good Sacramento defense. Now remember, the Kings have not allowed a team to score 20 points in the fourth quarter in their last 10 games.
And that's what it's going to take here tonight, certainly. But we saw in the last 4 minutes of the third quarter, Kings defense really tightening, and it's continuing here. Certainly Travis Best, clock running down, could not get a good look against Bobby Jackson.
Well, we'll see now if Peja Stojakovic can maybe heat up with Derek McKee on the Indiana bench. Jackson. Did Hito get away with a foul? Maybe, but it didn't matter. They missed. Now look out, 3-on-1. Oh, Miller with a left wing 3. And it's out of bounds to Sacramento. The Kings dodged one there.
They sure did. Reggie Miller had exactly the shot he wanted. One thing Hito Turkoglu's got to do, even though he's a young player, he's turned down several open jump shots. You've got to shoot the basketball. If you don't want to shoot an open one, you're just not going to shoot anything.
And you won't stay in the game very long. Peja from 20. Just doesn't have it tonight. He's 2 of 8. Well, I'll tell you one guy that does have it, Chris Webber.
He has it every night. And Chris has got his points just like that, being opportunist, being aggressive around the basket. Really hasn't made his jump shot particularly well, but has been great around the basket.
70-69. And no, he'll have to earn it from the stripe. John Barry coming over. He got Jermaine O'Neal. Barry with a second. Folks, be sure and stop by McDonald's for your choice of 2 sausage McMuffin with egg sandwiches or 2 Big Macs for only $2.22. Only $2.22 because of McDonald's. We love to see you smile. And O'Neal misses the first.
Well, Jermaine O'Neal, not a good free throw shooter. Another part of his game that certainly will have to improve as he matures.
Misses both. Kings have not had the lead since early in the first quarter. It's 70-69, Indiana. Webber looking for the lead.
Great look by Chris Webber. Had a little jumper off the glass. John Barry coming right in, making an outstanding pass.
On the shot clock. Crozier. 4 to shoot. Offensive foul. And again, the Sacramento defense here in the fourth quarter really getting it going. 2 minutes, 2 seconds in. The Pacers have not scored.
And John Barry really showing a veteran player that he is. Gets position. He knows that he's going to take a little punishment there, certainly, and then he sells it even better.
Well, the Kings now with their second opportunity to take the lead as Indiana has turned it over 3 times here in the fourth quarter. Stojakovic, he's 2 of 8. He's due. Slapped away, though. Remember the first 2.5 minutes of this fourth quarter as the Kings now squander another opportunity to take the lead. A 3-ball. Well, there it is, a 4-point Indiana lead.
Well, the Kings had 2 good opportunities to take the lead, weren't able to take advantage, and of course Austin Crozier made them pay that time.
Webber is double. Now they drop off. 10 to shoot. Off Peja, out of bounds.
Well, as you see the Kings cutters going through and Chris Webber has the ball, they need to cut through, but don't bring their men right to Chris. That time Hedo Turkoglu brought his man right into the area.
Indiana 6 of 14 from beyond the arc, you saw. And now Rick Adelman wants a timeout. Well, the Kings had 2 chances to take the lead. And not only do they not take the lead, but Indiana builds the lead back to 6. Timeout, 8:52 left. We're in the fourth, and the Kings trailing here at Arco. Indiana up by 6 here in the fourth. And it gets us to tonight's game summary presented by Carl's Jr. Without us, some guys would starve. Webber 36, Miller 18. You see the numbers in the third quarter. Indiana only 29%. Pollard in. Also into the ball game is Christie. So it is Webber, Pollard up front. They go small with Barry, Jackson, and Christie. Christie will play the small forward.
I really like this move by Rick Adelman. Gives the Kings a lot more quickness, even better defense. So he knows that's what it's going to take to get his team a chance at the lead.
John Barry was in the middle of passing, decided to shoot, and the indecision sends the ball to Indiana.
Yeah, that's one of those situations. If you leave your feet, you can't change your mind in the air. John probably had a look at the basket, should have made sure he took it.
And Barry off the steal. He has Jackson with him, and Travis Best with a smart foul. Best preventing an easy basket.
Now watch John Barry. He's going to anticipate this. He sees Crosier leaving his feet, and he knows that he's going to pass when he does that. And there's Travis Best. That's a good foul because John Barry or Bobby Jackson would have got a layup.
Weber, tough shot because he was fading away, but he gets it. Chris Weber, and it's a 75-71 game. And there's a foul called, and it is on Indiana. Travis Best. How about the hustle by Bobby Jackson?
Well, Bobby Jackson really caught Indiana Pacers asleep, hustled in there, got a steal. Now you watch as Chris Weber makes this shot over Jermaine O'Neal. Gets a nice arch because of O'Neal's defense, I think. Now watch Bobby Jackson. He's sneaking in there. Well, we don't see it on that replay, but he did. Take our word for it. Kings have the ball.
Weber against O'Neal. Jump hook, and he gets it. 2-point game. Reggie Miller, by the way, back in for Indiana.
Or Jermaine O'Neal just has to be a little shell-shocked right now trying to guard Chris Weber. And the key word there is trying to guard Chris Weber.
Yeah, he's got 40. Season high 40 points, career high in rebounds. Well, Christie has just picked up his 5th.
Well, he's in there for defense and defensive pressure, so Rick Adelman will probably leave him in there.
Chris Weber has scored the 6 points in the 4th quarter. Kings had 67 after 3. Best fakes the 3. Now it's Rose, and they beat the shot clock. Barry not able to corral, and a new 24-second shot clock. Christie and Rose. Christie playing with 5 personals. Rose and O'Neal with the left-hand putback. Rick Adelman thought the ball was in the cylinder, and he is furious. Rick Adelman thought the ball was in the cylinder. 4-point Indiana lead. Christie gets by 2 yellow jerseys, but he can't connect. He looked to draw the foul, and a 4-point Indiana lead, and they're back on the attack.
I think Derek McKee might have got a little part of that ball as well.
Big basket there, and the lead is 7. Boy, I'll tell you, give Indiana credit. Kings have been knocking at the door, and they won't let them in.
No, absolutely not. They keep fighting them off.
$10 on the shot clock. Jason Williams will check in at the next whistle. Oh, look at O'Neal with the rejection. And O'Neal will go to the other end and shoot free throws. How about Jermaine O'Neal? Does it on the defensive end, draws the foul on the offensive side, and he'll shoot 2.
Here's Jalen Rose going to basket. Is Jermaine on the cylinder? It's hard to say from that angle. And now here's Jermaine O'Neal coming in from the weak side. Great block, great timing. One thing you see what Isaiah Thomas has switched defenders on Chris Weber. Derek McKee, now that Peja Stojakovic is off the floor, Derek McKee is taking Chris Weber and probably will be a much tougher defender on Chris than has anybody else.
Well, you can place your deposit Monday on your Monarch season tickets by calling 916-928-3650. You can see Ruthie and Yolanda, the gold medalists from the games in Sydney. That's the WNBA and the Monarchs. Call that number on Monday. Six minutes left. Pacers trying to hang on. And they do more than that. They have built the lead back to 9.
Well, Jermaine O'Neal's coming up big here in the last couple of minutes. But this is going to be a tougher matchup for Chris Weber. Derek McKee, much better defender.
And a foul before the penetration. 3rd team foul. 5:50 left, and that's a timeout. 82-73. When we come back, it will be Kings ball. They've got a lot of work left. Down 9 here in the 4th quarter.
We look on.
Fulfilling their prophecy, they became champions. Now, with the bullseye squarely on their back, the Lakers must fight off all who aim to dethrone them. And with the perfect balance of power and grace, will defend their title and inch closer to their goal, a new Laker dynasty.
Pacers leading 82-73. Gets us to tonight's Folsom Lake Toyota keys to crunch time. Folsom Lake Toyota, Highway 50 at Folsom exit under the flag.
Well, anytime crunch time is mentioned, you got to find Reggie Miller. He is their big shot guy. Number 2, ball must go in low to either Vlade or Chris. Create some foul trouble for the Pacers. And number 3, rebound. Indiana's got an 8-1 advantage in the fourth quarter. Kings got to do a better job there.
There is Reggie Miller. He's 6 of 13, 6 rebounds.
By going in low more, drawing some fouls, you really need to get the Pacers in the penalty situation so Kings can score points from the free throw line.
And Chris from 17. 82-75. Weber has 42. Well, we've seen some amazing individual performances the last week in this building, haven't we?
We sure have. I mean, it just has been spectacular.
Miller. Rebound, D-box.
Well, great defensive effort. John Barry really was into Reggie, bothered that shot. Now see what the Kings do. They got both big guys out high, rolling them down to the basket.
JB, no, it won't fall home for John Barry. And a rebound, O'Neal.
Great look by JB, just couldn't get it to drop.
7-point Indiana lead, 5 minutes left. And Rose to make it 84-75.
Jalen Rose got Doug Christie's arms down just for a split second. That's all it took.
Jason, oh man, missed badly, and that is going to be a foul underneath on Chris Webber. That will allow Stojakovic to come in. Third foul on Webber, 4th team foul.
Yeah, that missed 3 by Jason came off so hard, I think it fooled just about everybody.
And an illegal defense. You know, you almost get the feeling here with 4:29 that the Kings are going to come back and steal this one. That Peja, and the official now saying they made a mistake. Inadvertent whistle, but that Peja is going to have to somehow get hot. He's only 2 of 8, and boy, they're going to need his long ball here.
Yeah, I think it's very similar to the Vancouver game a few weeks ago up there, and when Peja knocked in a couple of threes, because really to gain ground now, you almost have to make some threes somewhere in as part of your offense.
But they've got to stop the Pacers on this side of the court. 9 to shoot, best. And it does not look like it's going to happen tonight with that type of shooting.
Well, Travis Best, Jalen Rose, Reggie Miller all have made big shots here down the stretch.
The 11-point lead. Miller is guarding Stojakovic. Eight to shoot. And a foul called on Indiana's Jermaine O'Neal. Actually, it's on McKee on a reach-in.
It was Travis Best just trying to get a little space off the dribble. Just a quick little step back, jumps up, knocks it down.
4th team foul on Indiana. 4:02 left.
Travis Best really changes the team when he comes in, and usually for the better.
.86-77.
Chris Webber down low, unstoppable.
Kings had 2 chances to take the lead here in the 4th. They could not do it. The double on Rose. Best with 2 on the shot clock. He traveled. 3:31 left.
Plenty of time. Just a matter of stops, making shots for the Kings.
They're calling another 4 down.
Which means Chris Webber low, if they can get in the ball down there.
Christie will look for the entry pass. Eight to shoot. Webber. Chris Webber. Kings are within 7.
One thing we're seeing is with Derek McKee on C-Web, they're not doubling. They're letting Derek McKee take him individually, which obviously is good for Chris.
Christie is fouled out. Doug Christie is gone. And with it, Indiana free throws. When we come back, that's a tough break because Christie's gone. The Kings are in the penalty, and the Pacers will be at the free throw stripe. 86-79.
Hey, what's going on?
Rose taking his time. Well, if you hate traffic jams, don't miss Good Day Sacramento weekday mornings from 5:30 to 10. Tina McCua and Caltrans reporters will show you a better way to get to work only on UPN 31. Well, Rose, we told you, great free throws. Peja, one time, please. And it's a three-point game.
As you said, one time for Peja, and certainly that's the kind of shooter he is.
First three-point field goal of the night. 17,000 on their feet. Oh, Peja with a foul. Jalen Rose to the line, 1:44 left. Rick Adelman does not like that. He knows Peja made the mistake of reaching. You can't reach in a situation like this.
Now here's Peja getting a pass out from Jason Williams. Just steps back past that three-point line, gets it over the top, right in the middle. Hadn't had a lot of good looks. That was a great look.
Got to be careful on defense to reach.
Well, absolutely. You know, you're obviously in the penalty. You don't want to give them a chance to score points with the clock stopped.
And Rose, who missed one the last time, chances are he's not going to miss one here. Perkins coming in. It's 88-84. Minute 44 left.
Yeah, what Rick Adelman's telling his team, you know, make them make shots and only give them one shot.
Kings with 2 timeouts and a 20. Indiana with 1 and a 20.
Thing sometimes players forget, the shot clock works for you.
Right.
It's 24 seconds, so, you know, you don't have to foul. You don't have to do anything. The clock will run down.
5-point Indiana lead. Weber. He's got 46. Weber. He's got 48.
Well, once Peja Stojakovic came in the game, then Derek McKee goes back on him. Sam Perkins back on C. Webb. So that's a nice matchup for C. Webb.
On their feet here at Arco. 89-86. Miller. O'Neal from the baseline.
That's what you want. You want Jermaine O'Neal shooting some 15-footers.
Chris Webber with a career-high 23 rebounds. Boy, John Barry's dying for the ball across the court. They didn't see him. Williams, tough shot. And a bad shot at that. Yeah, that's a bad shot there.
And John Barry just sitting over there with Sam Perkins matched up on him. No way was Sam going to be able to keep John from getting off a good shot.
Miller looking for the can. Uh-oh, he was out of bounds. Reggie Miller was out of bounds. Timeout, Sacramento. Reggie Miller stepped out of bounds. 32 seconds left. Game's not over yet. Oh, what a big mistake by the veteran, Reggie Miller. It will be Sacramento basketball when we come back. A 3-point game. Well, there's the story. Sacramento basketball with 32 seconds left. Well, we talked about the fourth quarter defense. Last 10 games, they've held opponents to just under 18. Tonight, the Pacers have scored 19 in the fourth. On 6 of 13, they've made 2 threes. Right now, though, Jerry, Sacramento, what's the strategy? They've got enough time on the clock. They don't need a 3 here, do they?
No, they don't. They just need to get points on the board. There's C-Webb the last time shooting up over Sam Perkins. I think they'll try to get C-Webb the ball in low if they can play off of that. Certainly, I think the Pacers, if C-Webb doesn't score, he should be in a great position to draw fouls. But try to get points on the board within 5 or 6 seconds.
Sacramento, the best record in the West, 21-8. Webber against O'Neal. The foul. Yes! Chris Webber! And the best thing about it, there's 28.4 seconds on the clock. And if they can make the free throw, the Kings can still get the ball back. Oh, boy.
Well, just an absolutely gorgeous play here by the coaching staff. Cleared out C-Webb against Jermaine O'Neal. Goes against the shot blocker, draws the contact, puts it soft up against the board, gets a basket, gets the foul call. Chance to tie the basketball
Webber with
game.
an even 50. 51. How about that? Back-to-back 50-point performances. It was Tony Delk on Tuesday. It's Chris Webber on Friday. We're tied at 89. Oh, my. 28 seconds left.
Well, look at this move again. Here's Jason Williams clearing out, basically. Rick Adelman drew a play to clear the middle of the floor so C-Webb could go at Jermaine O'Neal. He does. He draws the contact, makes the shot. That's a very difficult shot. C-Webb puts it up soft, gets a little hug from Vlade. Another little look, little shake inside, going outside. You see Derek McKee pinned on Peja Stojakovic because he has to stay there. He can't help out. Another look. Now watch Derek McKee. Normally might help back. He's not about to leave Peja. That's why Jermaine O'Neal had to stay one-on-one with Chris Webber, and nobody can stay one-on-one with Chris Webber.
And Jerry, again, the play is great, but the fact is there's a 4.4-second differential on the clock. So even if Indiana scores, the Kings will be able to call a timeout and set up a good, they'll have time to do it. Now, you've talked about rebounding all season. Boy, I'll tell you, you've got to make sure you come up with a basketball on a missed shot.
Exactly. Rebound, rebound, rebound. You have got to get the miss. I don't care how well you play defense, it doesn't stop till you get the ball back. But as you said, when Rick Adelman drew up that play, he probably wasn't, he was hoping for a three-point play out of Chris Webber. More importantly, he was wanting to get a shot up and draw fouls or get some points up and still have this same situation.
Well, the Kings 14-2 at home, the best in the NBA. Boy, how about this week, Jerry? Allen Iverson came in here on Saturday of last weekend, and he was just unbelievable. Tony Delk comes in, and he scores 53. Webber's got 51 and 23 rebounds.
Well, I tell you, we have been treated here, seeing great players play great, come up big in big games, and none bigger than this guy. But hey, the game isn't over.
Well, this is what Reggie Miller lives for, doesn't he?
This is what Reggie Miller lives for. This is what Jalen Rose lives for. This is what C-Webb lives for. So, big plays by big players.
This is where you really miss it, Doug Christie, on a sequence like this.
All right, now, rebound the basketball.
Seconds. 5 to shoot for Rose. O'Neal, 2 to shoot. Kings pass the ball. What defense? And for the 11th game in a row, the Kings do not allow an opponent to score 20 points in the fourth quarter.
Now watch this. Look, here's Jalen Rose against Jason Williams. Jay Will doing a nice job on him. Keeps him from just going over the top. He hits the young Jermaine O'Neal around the basket. Jermaine doesn't handle the ball cleanly. Here's C-Webb helping out. You see Vlade Divac get a hand on top of the ball. Good defense all the way around. And no shot, no field goal attempt. Here's another look. There's Jermaine O'Neal. If he catches that ball cleanly, maybe they have a chance to score. He doesn't. Vlade Divac knocks the ball away as he goes away from the basket. Jermaine O'Neal wants a call. No call coming. Shouldn't be.
Jerry, even if the Kings do not score here, this is almost like a moral victory. You've been around basketball a long time. A team like Indiana, up by 11 in the fourth. They had a 9-point lead with 3 minutes left. The Kings have come back to tie it. Even if Indiana goes for an extra 5 minutes, emotionally they've got to be deflated because they had several opportunities to win this basketball game.
Oh, absolutely. No question they would be deflated. But understand this. Reggie Miller, Jalen Rose, these guys have been to the county fair. They'll be ready if it goes overtime. And that's exactly what Rick Alleman doesn't want here. You got 4.4 seconds. You got a chance to get a good shot or get to the line. So certainly we're going to see try to see a quick hitter either getting the ball to Vlade or Chris, I think, low as soon as possible.
Seconds left. Kings on a 14-3 run. The last 3:47. Here we go. Weber knocked away. Weber has time. At the horn, we'll go to overtime. Well, why not play overtime? We've already played 2 straight here in this building. Why not go for 3?
You know, I've come to accept the fact that maybe you have to play overtime. Now here's Derek McKee. Is he fouled? It looks like there could have been some contact. No call there.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a call there. Don't call a foul there from half court.
And actually, you've got to give Derek. Now here's Derek McKee really had knocked the ball loose. This play doesn't mean squiddly squat. The play before is what counted. Derek McKee played great defense, knocked the ball loose.
We'll be back for 5 more minutes. We're tied at 89. Arena record, he's got 51. I mean, the record was set the other night by TD, 53.
Well, the main thing now for the Kings, just keep the defensive intensity there. You know, you're going overtime, just get right back into the game you were playing.
And Indiana will get the first opportunity. John Barry has the assignment of defending Reggie Miller. There he is, right back to Best.
Well, a pretty good look by Travis Best, but he missed. One thing the Kings have been able to exploit Jermaine O'Neal handling the ball. He's turned it over 6 times.
Williams! Oh, look at O'Neal with the rejection. Jermaine O'Neal. Oh, man. We talked about it in the open. That is his 5th block shot of this game.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about the young guy. You can see there's no question there's stardom there. It's just a matter of experience.
Divac. A little bit too hard. Vlade Divac could not get it to fall.
Well, it's a nice move by Vlade. He was able to go right up under Jermaine O'Neal, but couldn't get it to fall.
Boy, that was a bad-looking shot by Jalen Rose.
Looked like the ball slipped a little bit.
Kings looking for their first lead since the early point of the second quarter. Weber. Barry splits the defense. Oh, that's goaltending. And the Kings, Terry, have taken the lead for the first time since it was 28-27.
What a great move by John Barry. Watch him split the defense here. Go right between Miller, McKee, and there's Jermaine O'Neal. Now, see, Jermaine doesn't think that's a goaltending, but if you can't goaltend 1 foot in front of the basket, it'll never come down. It's got to be goaltending.
Absolutely. There's absolutely no question. Miller passes up the shot to McKee. And the Kings are rebounding the basketball.
Well, it's one and done, and that's what you have to have. They're playing great individual defense, team defense, but if you don't get the ball back, it doesn't mean much. They're getting the ball back.
91-89. Barry. JB from 16. And Weber fouling Travis Best in the backcourt.
Well, John Barry really upset about not getting a foul call, and I really believe he did get fouled. I mean, not that he couldn't have made that shot anyway. Here he comes off the screen. Now, he gets bumped from behind by Reggie Miller. That did affect the shot. That really should have been called. No question about C. Webb's foul.
91-89, Sacramento with the lead here in overtime. Miller. Knocked away by Weber. And Barry saves it. What defense?
John Barry, a little bit of everywhere. Great instincts. Kings need a hoop. This will take a lot of the wind out of the sails of the Pacers.
Divac against O'Neal. Divac.
Vlade upset. Boy, he's had two gorgeous moves in there. Up and unders, but can't get them to fall.
Rose, 10 to shoot. Here comes the double team. Best 4 to shoot. Travis Best, a long 3. And look at the defense again. The defense has been stupendous here in the last 6 minutes.
Absolutely. Each individual is doing his part in his man, and then you're getting good team help. Jay Will that time, outstanding defense.
Who's going to make the basket for Sacramento to widen this margin? 91-89. 5 to shoot. 4 on the clock. Jason, he's going to have to fire. Stojakovic!
What you'd probably like to get is a three-point shooter on the same side of Chris Webber. Keep the defense spread.
Webber. Good Indiana defense, a 3-on-1. And we are tied. Oh, Indiana. Give them a lot of credit for staying in this basketball game. 91-91.
Well, Kings have had several good opportunities. Of course, so have the Pacers.
And now Indiana can take the lead with 1:20 left. And they do. Timeout, Sacramento. 93-91 for this gutsy Indiana Pacers team. 1:17 on the clock. We'll be back. It will be Sacramento basketball.
And watch C-Webb going against Derek McKee. Going to the basket, thinks he draws a little contact. Certainly looks like that could have been a foul call there. None called, but here's the Pacers in the open court. Travis Best finds Jalen Rose for the finish.
How about Vlade Divac? You get another look at this, but Vlade Divac had 2 great looks, and it rolled off the iron. Sacramento, 1 of 8. 1 of 8 here in overtime shooting.
Well, and been a very aggressive on both teams. Both teams officials letting the teams play. No question there's been on both ends a couple of play calls that each team wanted fouls for, but didn't get them. But as you said, I think Vlade Divac had probably 2 point-blank shots that he's going to make 80% of the time. Missed them both.
Now you see Jalen Rose has been the big man for Indiana in overtime. Big trip here for Sacramento. Weber's got 51 points. 10 to shoot. And no. Who wants it? And a whistle. Divac hits the floor hard. Bennett Salvador calling the foul on Indiana. Jermaine O'Neal has picked up his 5th.
Now here's a great look. C-Webb, nice half hook over the top. Look, just won't go in. There's Vlade O'Neal fighting for it. C-Webb back after it. Loose ball. Here's Vlade going after it. Look at O'Neal, just takes his legs out. Could be a clip, but definitely a foul. Here's the whole sequence. A lot of activity here, a lot of contact. These guys are going after it. That's a nice shot. C-Webb just doesn't get a break. Look at C-Webb back after it. And there's Vlade hustling, and there's your foul.
All right, JB. Barry. Give and go! Oh, man, what a rejection. The Indiana Pacers with great defense. Barry thought it was goaltending right underneath the basket. We'll have to wait to get another look at that one. Now the Kings have to get the stop defensively.
Well, you got to forget that play and play this one.
Reggie Miller, he lives for this moment. Miller off balance. Oh, out of bounds off Weber, but a 24-second violation. The ball never hit the rim. Are they going to put 1 second on the shot clock? The ball did not hit the rim, Jerry. Chris Webber did not have possession. That should be a 24-second violation. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't see the ball hit the rim.
It did not hit the rim. I think they're giving 1 second because it went out of bounds before the shot clock.
1 second on the 24-second clock. 1 second and a full timeout. We're going to the wire in overtime. Indiana 93, Sacramento 91. When we come back, the Pacers will have 1 second to get a shot off. 93-91, and Jerry, I think they made the proper call at the other end of the floor on John Barry.
Yeah, this is a great defensive sequence. Looks like John Barry gets to the basket. Here's Sam Perkins. You see it right there, right at the top of John Barry. Before it leaves his hand, you'll see Perkins get the ball. Now watch right here. Right there it is. He gets it before it leaves his hands. Great play, nice timing. Hate to say it, but it's a great defensive play.
It sure is. 1 second to shoot for Indiana. 2-point game. Kings have to make sure they get the rebound. O'Neal, loose ball. Kings have it. Here's a break. Down to 10. Weber. Here's the double team. Divac! And a jump ball. O'Neal and Divac and a foul. They've called the foul. Who's the foul on? It's on Divac. Oh, man. 2.7 seconds left. They've called the foul. And the Indiana Pacers go to the other end of the floor for free throws.
Here's C-Webb turning inside. Here again, the half hook. Looks like it's going to go, but it doesn't. Vlade Divac, Jermaine O'Neal battling for it. Here's C-Webb again. Really has a good look. That's a nice shot. Just doesn't go. Here's Vlade on the inside position. Can't come up with it. Now kind of reaches back.
Now, Jerry, the bad news here is, I don't know, there are no free throws. 2.7 left. 93-91 because the Kings are not in the penalty. So a 20-second timeout call by Indiana.
Well, Kings really simply have to foul on the catch. That's the only play you can make right now. And then you still, even if they only make one, you've got a chance to tie the ball game.
I'll tell you one thing. I give the Indiana Pacers one heck of a lot of credit for the way they've handled themselves. You know, they had a chance to win the game 4 or 5 times in the fourth quarter. They did not. They had the Kings up by 2. Divac missed 2 shots from point-blank range. They fought back. They go up by 2. They fight through a tie. Now it's 93-91, and they are 2.7 seconds away from getting their second road victory of this West Coast swing.
Well, they have. They've come up big, and really I'll give some credit to the Kings here. I mean, Chris Webber has had 2 nice little half hooks he's missed. Vlade's had a couple. I mean, those are really good shots. I mean, from the team's perspective, you can't get better shots than that. You know, they didn't go in, but that's really all you can do, and you hope to get those kind of shots to win ball games every night.
And they get the ball to the man they want, Jalen Rose, and 2 seconds left. So Jalen Rose needs to make 2 to win the ball game.
If he makes both, it's over.
Yep. And Jalen Rose tonight, 5 of 7, but he's an 89% shooter on the year. Well, the Kings are still alive.
Still have a chance. 2 seconds. There's enough time. You got it, but one thing you can't go to sleep here is don't go to sleep on this rebound. If he misses another one, you have to have possession and get a timeout.
Two seconds left. He missed it. Timeout. Can you believe this game? 1.7 seconds left. That's plenty of time to get a good shot off.
It sure is. And now all you need is a 2-pointer to tie this basketball game.
What are the chances of Jalen Rose, an 89% free throw shooter, missing 2 free throws with 2 seconds left in the game?
Probably about the same as having 3 straight overtime games here at Arco Arena.
Yep. Boy, I mean, that is just incredible.
Well, it really is. I mean, he's a good free throw shooter. He's been a clutch player his whole career, but hey, he missed 2. It happens. It happens to the best, and he's among them. But that gives the Kings a little life, not only a chance to tie, but obviously also a chance to win.
Well, and a chance now. Indiana's got to be very careful they don't foul here. because it's only a 2-point game.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, the Kings players got to realize, you know, with the time, you have got to go shoot your shot. Don't worry about getting the block, because the Pacers certainly should not take chances on a block shot at this stage.
Not to diminish Chris Webber's 51 points in any way, shape, or form tonight, but he has taken 46 shots.
Yeah, that's you know, obviously when you shoot, if you don't shoot that much, you ought to produce a lot of points.
Yep. All right, well, 1.7 left. Is there a hero looming in the Sacramento huddle as Indiana talks defensive strategy? The Kings, Jerry, do have a 20-second timeout, which is imperative in case you cannot inbound the basketball. They do have a safety valve. Jason Williams will inbound the basketball. Divac, Stojakovic, Webber, and Barry. And again, 1.7 is a lot of time. You can catch, you can dribble, you can shoot. Let's see what they run. Peja, a good look, and it's blocked. And that's the ball game. It's all over. Indiana wins it. Indiana wins it.
No, I think they've said there's some time left.
Well, even if there's a fraction, that's not enough time. They're going to put 0.2 of a second left. There's no way they call that a foul. They're putting two. The fans think they're calling 2 shots, but no, they're putting 0.2 of a second on it. 0.2 of a second. And the only thing that you can do here, Jerry, is get a deflection for a basket. You do not have time to catch and shoot. It has to be a fingertip play, and that's the only way you can score here.
Exactly.
0.2 of a second left. How about that defense right there?
Well, that's just a great defensive play. Had Peja just maybe a little head fake, would have got him running by, but that's great timing play, great courage play by Jalen Rose. Took the chance here. Here's Jason Williams seeing Peja in a corner. Now here's Jalen Rose timing it from on top and gets him before he gets up in the air.
Boy, I'll tell you, you're right. He had time. Of course, you know, it's 1.7, but he could have waited and then fired a wide open shot. Hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah, that's one thing.
As sitting here from here.
As he ages, he gets more experience. He'll realize he'll take a peek at that defender, and if he's running at him, he'll know that he can just show him the ball and he's by, then he's open.
Right. Jason Williams basically has to throw the ball from the corner up high in the air and have it graze off a fingertip. That's the only way the Kings can win or tie this game. Well, it looks like Sacramento is going to lose for the 9th time, barring a miracle. And they almost got it. That was unbelievable. That was very close. And had that ball gone in, it would have counted, says Hugh Hollins. Well, the Pacers get a big victory, Jerry, and the Kings lose for the 3rd time at home, and all their losses in this building this season have been in overtime. Wow, what a game. Indiana holds on, and they win it 93-91. Jerry, watch this last attempt, how close this is.
Now, this is a good pass. Gets Derek McKee out of the way, does Jason Williams, puts it right up in front of the rim. There's C. Webb. Boy, it had a chance. It really had a chance. That's an excellent drawn-up play. Here's another look. Been a little higher, even been a little better. I think the rim bothered C. Webb, and that's why he wasn't able to make the play.
That ball hit the rim. That's what happened. Had that ball been another inch above the rim, Chris Webber would have knocked that in. That ball hit the backside of the iron. We'll come back and wrap it up. The final, Indiana 93, Sacramento 91 in overtime.